Hello, and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new KnuckleBonz Candlemass 3D Vinyl Series collectible statue. Now, this is right around $175. It's about 10 by 10, and it's officially licensed by Candlemass. There's only 1986 of these made, which is also the year that Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus came out. And I'm just really stoked about this. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. When I was a kid, I absolutely loved this album. It really was just very powerful in my life, and I really loved it. And it got me into a whole lot of heavier stuff. But I've remained a diehard Candlemass fan throughout the years. And I have from KnuckleBonz, I have their King Diamond and Merciful Fate statues. I love those. Overall, like, I feel like they bring pretty good bang for the buck. Paint apps are not always up to snuff, but I mean, on every collectible I get, it seems like that's the case. So I'm not going to judge them on that because they're pretty much industry standard, but they are on lower price points compared to the industry. And they basically focus all of their attention on, you know, rock and metal bands and things like that, which I really like. So I'm super stoked to take a look at this. So let's go ahead and spin this around and take a closer look. All right, guys, so here it is out of the packaging. Now, I will say that there is some assembly, which is quite standard for statues. All of the stake parts, the 4 stake parts, are magnetized and they need to be inserted into the skull. But other than that, that's all you need to do to put it together. Let's start at the base here, which has some cool, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, rock or something. It's got a lot of brown tones in it if it's supposed to be rock, but whatever it is, it's got some barbed wire, looks like, wrapped around here. And on the bottom, we have obviously Candlemass. Come on here to the back. And on the bottom, it is numbered. And that's kind of like the cert for it as well. Let's come up here, take a look at the skull. I wish it was a little bit larger. I would say that this is about half scale. Again, it's approximately 10 by 10. Overall, I do like the paint app. They have some pretty good shading going on throughout here. It does get a little sloppy down in here through the teeth. It'd be nice if that was cleaned up. I might end up doing that. One thing that kind of bothers me is, like, down in through here in the teeth, like where it's recessed, they didn't paint it black. So it looks kind of odd to have that white in that inner mouth. You can kind of see that. So I might go in there with a fine tip and paint that black. And I may also flatten out some of this black too. Like down in here, it's got like a semi-gloss to it, or a satin. So see how that light reflects in there? Kind of like that, more flat. But again, it's really kind of all nitpicky stuff. I do like the sculpt overall. It is pretty darn close to the logo. And obviously what you see on Epicus, Doomicus. Now, it's kind of hard to take a 2D drawing and make a 3D statue out of it and colorize it, but I think that they did a pretty good job. And again, one look at it and you know that that's Candlemass. And then also, if you can read, you know it's Candlemass, but you know what I'm saying. Overall, I think this is pretty awesome, and I'm really excited about it. All right, guys, so that's about all there is to go over on this piece. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Hopefully you guys are Candlemass fans. Again, they're probably in the top 3 list of my favorite bands ever. I've been a fan ever since, I honestly think it was 87 when Nightfall first came out that I became a fan, and then I started listening to Epicus. But I honestly don't care for the better part of like their newer stuff. There is like a track or two that I do like, but overall I feel like they've kind of lost what they were. Lars doesn't really do the solos they used to do, but anyway, I still feel like the first 4 albums are pretty much untouchable in my opinion and set the standard for doom metal. And I just really love what these guys do. Now there are newer bands that I really like Sorcerer and 11th Hour and things like that. I don't really like the stoner doom stuff so much. More on the traditional doom metal. I do like what Mesa does though, but I just kind of like the standard like heavy doomy like good like singing vocals. I don't like the sludgy stoner guitar stuff that the bulk of modern doom is. Again, Messiah's vocals and stuff like that, not on this album, but on, you know, as far as Nightfall on, I mean, that is the epitome of doom to me. But again, I absolutely love Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus. If you guys don't know, Candlemass actually is doing a re-release of Epicus on vinyl. It's like, I think it's like 3 or 4 vinyl albums. So there's a bunch of material on there, and I pre-ordered that, and I think it's due sometime in the summer, so hopefully it's sometime soon. But if you guys are a Candlemass fan and you don't know about that, then I would jump on pre-ordering that album because I'm sure it's going to sell out, and it's pretty much everything you could want as far as extras and things like that as far as Epicus, Doomicus goes. Anyway, I'm just kind of blabbering on. Hopefully you guys appreciate stuff like this. I really like what KnuckleBonz does with all these bands, and again, I have the King Diamond Merciful Fate stuff, and this fits right in there. I'm gonna set up a little Candlemass display. I'll probably have some, you know, candles around this, and then maybe even put the anniversary album, you know, behind it or something like that. I don't know. I can probably come up with a cool little like display, and maybe even like fit in a detolf or something. But anyway, again, KnuckleBonz, pretty good company. They usually ship pretty close to their estimated arrival dates as far as pre-orders go, and at $175 for a fan, this is pretty reasonable. The one thing that's curious to me is they say it's 3D vinyl, but this is not vinyl. It is a hand-cast resin statue, so I'm not sure exactly the whole 3D vinyl series where that ties in, but it is in fact a resin statue, and again, it is about 10 by 10. And I love it. So I will leave you guys with a 360 video view of this guy and then a couple studio shots. And as always, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.